This video is sponsored by Thrive Market. You will hear more about them later on in the video. So I get a lot of comments about my relationship with food and how people appreciate that I eat what I want. So I've been wanting to do a video like this for a while that could maybe give an idea of my sort of philosophy around diet and health, which is just to focus more on adding in good things rather than taking out the quote-unquote bad things. So hopefully this video will give you some ideas of things that you can add to your favorite comfort or convenience foods to make them more nutritious and or balanced. If not, just hopefully entertain you for 20 minutes. So here I am making some of these Momofuku spicy soy noodles that I've talked about many times on this channel before. I love them so much, and it's not that these are very unhealthy. Honestly, they don't have that much in them. And they're like air dried noodles, so they're not fried, but it's just like, it's just wheat noodles with a sauce, you know? So I'm always like trying to add things to make it a little more nutritious and filling, but still enjoy the noodles that I know and love, you know? So if I'm feeling lazy or if I don't have a lot of time, I'll just like rip broccoli into it like this, and I'll just boil the broccoli with the noodles. Sometimes I'll even just throw some spinach in with the noodles as well. And I know it's better to steam vegetables to get the nutrients, you know, but any vegetables is better than no vegetables, right? So I just boiled those and then drained them, and then I'm adding some mixed greens, and I like to like crush them up in my hands and sometimes rip them up so that they just like mix through the meal better. I don't know. And I also added some edamame that was just frozen. I love to have frozen edamame at my disposal to add protein to any meal. It's just really easy. I could have boiled the greens also if I wanted them to be more cooked, but I kind of like somewhat fresh greens, and they got a slight crunch to them. I don't know, I like the freshness, you know. And that one stray leaf is really bothering me on the stove. I'm sorry about that. And here I'm adding the sauce, and I added some black and white sesame seeds, as well as some green onion from my green onion plant. That's also why it doesn't look as strong and hefty as the store-bought ones. And yeah, so this is just like ways to add some veggies and greens and protein and freshness, fiber, to a plain old saucy wheat noodle dish. But before we get on with the rest of the video, let's take a minute to talk about this video's sponsor, which is Thrive Market. Thrive Market is a membership-based online grocery store that sells lots of stuff from many categories that we will get into. But first we're going to do our unboxing. First we have some of these Califia oat barista milks. It says steams remarkably, foams well. We got some pretzel chips as a healthy snack. Rebecca. Daya mac and cheese. And these ingredients, stay tuned to see what I will do with them in this video, or at least most of them. I got some beans for soup purposes. This is a good soup bean. The cannellini bean. The cannellini bean. Some silken tofus. I love a good shelf-stable protein. Ooh, I got some coffee beans. Regeneratively grown and ethically sourced directly from farmers. So excited. I've been having medium roast coffee because that's what I have, but my true love is light roast. I love a good light roast. Chili with Beyond Meat in it. Very excited about that. Vegan hazelnut spread. Yum 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 yum. And some soups. Vegetable barley soup. Last but not least, this is my free gift that I got. You could pick what you wanted, and I got some grain-free nacho puffs. I've had these before, and they're really good. I really like them. Today I only got grocery items, but Thrive Market has a wide variety of stuff. They got beauty, they got hygiene, home stuff, dog stuff, even cat stuff also, but I have a dog. It can be really helpful because it can skip an extra trip that you might have to take to a health food store on top of your standard grocery store needs. I often feel like I have to go to multiple grocery stores to get all the things that I need. So with Thrive Market, I can get special stuff like vegan stuff, health food stuff, organic stuff shipped straight to my door. On both the app and the website, you can filter the items that you're looking at by categories. So like for example, I can click vegan vegan or gluten-free, organic, whatever, and see only the items that fit that category, so you can spend less time sifting through items while you're shopping. Or also, if you're new to being vegan, it can like help you not have to check each thing whether it's vegan or not. So if you want to check out Thrive Market and become a member, you can get 30% off your first order and get a bunch of goodies like this by clicking the link in the description or going to thrivemarket.com/Emily Ewing. You can also get a free gift with your order worth up to $50. And thank you so much to Thrive Market for sponsoring this video. And now let's get on with the rest of the video. So yeah, now moving on to Chinese food takeout, which I love. This is a Chinese food restaurant in my town that has great vegan options, but for some reason they put like no veggies in their food, especially since COVID. Like, I feel bad. I'm sure it's like because the cost of veggies, the cost of everything sucks. But anyways, I like to digest, you know, I like to not be constipated. I like to have some fiber usually. So when I want to add some fiber, I use my handy dandy microwave steamer that I love so much. I bought it years ago off Amazon. It's not like an amazing product or whatever. I'm sure you could just search microwave steamer anywhere and find a good one, but this one works. I'll link it below if you want to get it. Just make sure you get one that fits your microwave, because this one like just barely fits my microwave. I have to like be very particular about how I put it in there for it to actually be able to spin around, because I have a small microwave. But yeah, I just ripped up some broccoli and cut up some carrots into little sticks, and it only takes like 3 minutes and it cooks your veggies for you. And I don't know, it can help you stretch out your leftovers too. That's always good, making your leftovers last longer. And speaking of leftovers, here I'm having some leftovers with some also leftover rice. Continuing on with the topic of adding to your meals, making them more fun and fresh, I'm making a mayonnaise sauce that someone actually asked me about in my previous video. You know, they asked for a recipe. I don't really have a recipe. I make stuff like this all the time. I literally just mix some seasonings into mayonnaise and shake it up. But right now I'm adding some garlic powder, onion powder, some of this mushroom umami seasoning from Trader Joe's. I think I added some ginger, and I'm adding sriracha, and I just shake it up in this little bottle, and then I put it on everything, and it's amazing. So this time, since I just had some plain rice and veggies, I just added some of that to it to give it some flavor. I might have added some Bragg's liquid aminos to it as well. And I'm adding my veggie leftovers. I just cut up a bunch of veggies the other day when I got the Chinese food, so that I could use those throughout the week. Just heat them up in the microwave steamer and throw them onto my Chinese food. Okay, so now we're making some soup. I got some cans of vegetable barley soup here, and you know, nothing against these cans of soup. I love them. I love a good can of soup. It's a nice shelf stable, easy meal or thing to add to a meal. But a lot of the time, like veggie soups, which is oftentimes the only vegan option in a soup line, you get like no protein in there. If it's like a bean soup, sometimes there's only like 10 beans in the whole can. I guess they want you to use it as like a side to a meal, you know, or like a little snack. But sometimes I just want to eat soup but make it a meal, you know? So anyways, here I'm showing you how I'm making a meal today. This is 2 cans of soup, and I added the whole thing of cannellini beans. I'm adding some seasoning to the soup because I'm adding the beans. I don't want it to be like bland. I forgot, but I really should have added nutritional yeast, because nutritional yeast is so good in soup. I also added some fresh spinach. Then I had some avocado toast on the side. I love bread with soup. What a classic little combo. And like buttered bread is obviously delicious, amazing, but like avocado toast, a little more nutritious and filling. On my avocado toast, I added some crushed red pepper, everything but the bagel seasoning, garlic salt, and some lemon olive oil. Or you could just add lemon and olive oil. I love this combination so much. It's so decadent, and what a good balance of flavors. Oh my god. And then I dip that in my soup, and it's delicious. And yeah, this basically just like, this video is just like semi-homemade meals, which is like my mom's favorite thing to do. Something I grew up with is like taking processed foods and making them a little fresher, like adding some some things that are cooked from scratch mixed in with the processed foods, and it's like, you know, a little more realistic way to live. Obviously you can't make everything from scratch, but you don't want to eat only processed foods either. Anyways, it's all about balance and moderation, I guess. Continuing on with the topic of noodles, many of you guys know that I love Shin ramen noodles. I recently discovered them. I love to make cheesy spicy ramen by putting some milk sort of thing in there and some cheese sort of thing in there. And you know, sometimes I eat that without adding any healthful ingredients at all. Sometimes you just want some spicy cheesy ramen, you don't want it to be healthy at all, and you just want to enjoy life in that sense. But today I'm showing you how I make it when I want to be a little healthier. You know, I want to add some fiber, veggies, protein, whatever, add a little something something. And so I cut up some veggies that I had in the fridge that I needed to use, and I sauteed those for a little bit before, and to get the water out of the mushrooms and stuff. I added in the carrots last because you know what, I don't really know why. And then I started making my ramen as I usually do. And the best kind of tofu to add to ramen is silken tofu. But we already had some tofu leftovers in the fridge of like extra firm tofu, so I just added that. It doesn't really matter. And I added some canned coconut milk for the creaminess aspect of it. But sometimes I just use like, if I have like a unsweetened non-vanilla creamer or full fat, other kind of full fat milk, I will just add that, whatever I have around. I also added some frozen peas. Again, I love frozen protein options, just throw into stuff. And I added a couple slices of cheese. I'm making this for my roommate and I. And you know, I don't really love this cheese, I'll be honest, so just pretend like it melted better. Also shredded cheese would probably work better too, but there's something about the adding the slices to the top of it that's just a little bit fun, you know? Also, I like a little bit of a saucy ramen, especially since it's summer. I don't really feel like having I don't really feel like having soup ramen. So I also wanted to show some processed mac and cheese in this video. I love a good vegan mac and cheese. So I got this Daiya vegan mac and cheese, and I wanted to make sort of a meal out of it. Not sort of a meal out of it. I wanted to add some protein, so I got some tempeh, and I thought it'd be really good to make like a barbecue tempeh for it. And then I also wanted to add some veggies, so I thought broccoli mac and cheese, you know. But I also had some mushrooms to use up, and I felt like mushrooms, barbecue sounded good. I don't know. So I ripped all my veggies up because I don't know, I have something against cutting them. If I don't have to cut them, I won't cut them. But I did cut the tempeh though, so I could have just... Anyways, so yeah, cut up my tempeh. Looking back at it, I probably should have cut the tempeh smaller. Tempeh, tofu, I feel like it's always easier to cut it smaller, because if you're trying to get like a sauce and seasonings to get all up in there, you know. So I sauteed up the tempeh and I added some seasonings to it, some garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and salt. And then I also added the barbecue sauce, and I added in the broccoli and the mushrooms. And then I made my mac and cheese as usual. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It was really good. Pretty simple. Just wanted to show a way to make more of a meal and add some fiber and protein, but still satisfy that boxed mac and cheese craving. You know what I mean? And last but not least, we have a little dessert / snack option. Taking a dessert item, aka Nutella, vegan Nutella, and making it into somewhat more of a filling and healthy snack, you know? I was going through somewhat of like a vegan Nutella phase for a while in the past few months before I ran out of my Nutella, but now I bought more. But anyways, I love apples as a snack, and I love eating them with peanut butter. And instead of just having like Nutella in like a dessert way, I can still enjoy the Nutella on a regular basis, but eat it with like apples and mix it with peanut butter to make it a little more like of a filling thing, you know? And the peanut butter adds like some protein and healthy fat, makes it more filling, and the apple adds fiber. And today I also added some pretzel chips as like another like crunchy but like healthier than other fried chips option, you know? So I'm making this little snack platter for me and my roommate to eat while we're watching a show. And yeah, it's delicious. It's great. Anyways. Yep. Okay, and that's about it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and got some food spo, and that you eat something good today. Or if it's the end of the day and you're not hungry anymore, tomorrow. And thanks again to Thrive Market for sponsoring this video. You can go to the link in the description or thrivemarket.com/Emily Ewing, and you can get 30% off your first order, as well as a free gift worth up to $50. And with that, goodbye.